If volatility is the new norm, women are more likely to keep their cool. That's according to a new study from Nutmeg Saving and Investment, a Europe-based robo-advisor. Bloomberg's Danny Berger joins me with more. The details.
Yeah, so this is surprising to no one, right? No. Women are the more stoic investors, right? And I'm not an anthropologist, so I'm not going to attempt to assign a reason to it, Guy. But Nutmeg, the UK-based robo-advisor, of their 50,000 consumers on their platform, women were 4 times less likely to sell during a market panic. Think Brexit, think the VIX blow up in February, women staying put.
OK, does being calm translate into decent returns?
I think it's interesting that Nutmeg did this study, because if you think about this platform, it's explicitly for retirement savings. If you're on here, you're going to be saving for the long term. So it doesn't, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find any sort of investment professional who would tell you, oh yeah, you're a long-term investor, trade in and out of the market. So again, if you're saving for retirement, it makes sense that the
These aren't traders, are they?
No.
These are long-term investors.
Yeah, this is not fun money to play around with. This is your retirement savings. You should stick in the market and not trade back and forth.
So what are the lessons that professional investors can learn?
Yeah, so there's this one study that Morningstar does every year, because look, only 10% of the money management industry are women. That's the only amount that runs mutual funds. So the question is it because of some performance issue? And it's not, especially in fixed income funds and active mutual funds. Women do a lot better. A lot of it has to do with what Nutmeg observed. And even in good times, women are more likely to have high convictions, which allow them to have better results.
So what is if we take a step back and look at what this is, where this is taking us towards, the finance industry is very keen to bring more women into investment. Does that mean what is that long term going to mean in terms of investment sort of performance of the wider markets?
I mean, this is why people keep bringing up these studies, especially when we think of the market environment we're in, where it seems like these short-term crashes, these momentary blow-ups are more the norm. So if we do have more women in the industry, then perhaps we're more easily able to navigate that. But again, only 10%, Guy. It's still very low numbers. Performance not contributing to that. So something is going to need to change to really move that higher.
Lothar, the numbers speak for themselves.
I'm not entirely convinced. I mean, that study is about down markets. What about up markets? What happens there? I just wonder whether women, particularly the Nutmeg longer-term retail investors, women are just slightly less inclined to take a bit of a gamble and risk, for that matter, than men, and men therefore get it wrong more often, because on the retail side,
on the downside. Okay, but you're saying, okay, I'm curious about this. So do you think you are? What I've always learned is that protect the downside and the upside will take care of itself.
No, what I'm saying is I think that females in the retail investment side are perhaps just a bit more passive, not as active as men, not necessarily, because that's not a trading platform. We're not talking about a trading platform. So if this study came from, one of the spread betting setups, different story. But these are sort of long-term
If you're working
investors.
In the pension industry, don't you want to?
This matters hugely to us. We always say the biggest risk to private clients' long-term return outcomes is usually the investor themselves.